Alright, welcome everybody to another Raid Shadow Legends video, and in this one we're going to be talking about Kro'khad the Throatripper. The dog finally came out. We got the fragment event calendar, not a fusion. Let us do what we always do, right, and do how am I going to do this, right? The easy way to get this done. As you can see, we got 55 in the tournaments, 20 in the tournament leaderboards, and 55 from the events, 130. So basically 110, because let's be honest, you're probably not going to win the tournaments unless you get lucky like an ice golem or something like that. So 110, so which you have 10 to skip, potentially. And I think, most of them are 5 or 10, so you could skip one, technically. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, definitely number one right from the get-go is do not on a Monday, right? Do not play at all. I mean, you might want to maybe do a little bit of drag and maybe feel like a 300, 200 energy, something super small, or maybe champion training, but you don't want to go too deep. Hell no, right? So you don't want to start there. You want to start on a Tuesday, right? So that way you can get dragon, champion training, and you get dungeon divers. And then all the stuff that you get from there, right? We'll put this as number one, where to focus on. That's on Tuesday, tomorrow. All that stuff that you get from there, you can use that silver, right, coming up into the gear enhancement. Let's highlight this one in a different color here. So once you're finished with this, you'll probably finish it by Wednesday, or maybe some people will finish it by Tuesday. We're going to break that down. So that's dragon in terms of energy, right? If we come over here, I would say, so dungeon divers, so I'll just put DD, let's be honest, right? It's just DD. Dungeon divers can take about 4,500 to 5,000 energy on, yeah, I hate it, man, because they made dungeon divers so much more, right? Now, it just depends on the points, right? Depending on the points. Back then, it used to be a lot less to finish in terms of energy, but it is annoying. Dragon, I would say it's about, I think it's about 1,800 to like 2,000 energy. Especially if you're going back to stage normal 20 to 25, you can save a lot more. The energy cost is less on 20, so most people are probably going to do it like this to save themselves energy for it. And then over here, so the next one that's coming up is going to be Ice Golem on a Thursday, but you could get some, yeah, you could get some dungeon divers. It doesn't go away till Friday, so you could get it done. You could do some Ice Golem and some dungeon divers. Classic Arena coming up on Friday, so you could technically push that a little bit more, right? Because Thursday and Friday would be Classic Arena, Summon Rush, Gear Enhancement, DD, and Ice Golem. So that would be number 2. In terms of Ice Golem, honestly, I might just skip that. Ice G, I'm gonna put honestly, I don't like to put energy at all. But it's a lot. It depends on the points, but the points are usually the same, almost similar. But I'm just gonna say, like, let's just say, you know, just for the sake, it's probably gonna be about the same, right? And then most people are gonna go back to 20 as well, right? Unless you have extra energy, you want to farm hard and stuff, be my guess. But like, who's really farming this dungeon that much? Unless you really need cursed or provoke sets or something like that, or maybe even reflex. But there's so many better sets. And then you can do, during that time, you could be doing the gear enhancement, right? Which takes about, in total, it takes about 16 mil to 20 mil on average, right, to get that done. And then the next one, you're gonna be doing Classic Arena. That can take about, honestly, you can get it done in day 1. If you have refills in your mailbox, or if you always want to put your defense the day before or 2 days. You want to put it to one-man defenses to drop to the lowest level. And then what you do is you just grind yourself up all in one day, since you have so many easy teams, and you can get it done in one day. It takes me about, honestly, it takes me about 35 minutes to 1 hour to fully, like, I mean, I guess it just depends on what teams you're using and how many times, if you want to refresh, like use gems to refresh and stuff. But that's what it usually takes me to get it done. If you drop yourself to one-man defense and you can just like push yourself, instantly done. It's not, it doesn't, honestly, Classic Arena used to be harder back in the days, but if you're a late game to end game player, Classic Arena is one of the easiest events to do. Alright, so over here, once we're going deeper in the calendar, we got another Dungeon Divers coming up, another gear enhancement, champion training, and spider. Ooh, nasty. Look what they did. They put the Dungeon Diver at the end of the Ice Golem. I didn't even notice that. Which, that's actually pretty good for players who are at this point, because you could actually go like this, which is crazy. Because it looks like Saturday DD is ending on a Friday, but then it literally not even like 24 hours later there's almost another DD, which is crazy. But yeah, you can get a little bit of that Ice Golem, so technically we have to extend this radius, right? So it's like this. But that's crazy. If you do put a little bit of that DD onto Ice Golem as well, so you get two different DDs in the same Ice Golem. But then when you come over here, this is kind of messed up. Over here, Spider's so deep, and then you only get like what, 1 day? What? You get literally on Monday, champion training, DD, gear enhancement, Spider, and champion training. All the, well, I should have probably did it, get it to Tuesday, like this, yeah. This is number 3, but I do not like the fact that Spider's pushed. Why did they have to push it like it's almost on a Tuesday? They could have made it right here. Hopefully it starts at the beginning of the day. Hopefully. It hopefully doesn't start like, you know, later on. But it should be on like closer up, in my opinion. So that way you can do Spider and Dungeon Divers in that same. Cream that calendar? We're slowly doing it. Oh yeah, champion training. Right, champion training. This, I would say, honestly it takes me about 1 to 2 days, because I don't have, I always farm champion training. Usually I like to do champion training, Dungeon Divers, and whatever tournament that's going on, like IG or Dragon. So over here there was a champion training during Dragon, right? That's why I do both. But over here the champion training is in Spider, which I can technically do, but not a lot of people can do that. So you'd have to go way back in Spider, and that's gonna be like really bad gear. But you could do that; it's a more efficient. But I don't like that it's a day. That's crazy. That means there's like, for that DD, I'm gonna have to really do some more champion training, a little bit of champion training in this Ice Golem right here to prep for right here. I might have to do that. That's kind of annoying. Let's pull up. So champion training usually takes about 1 to 2 days. It takes about a decent amount of brews. I would say about like 100-ish brews for me. And then if you have some extra in your vault, I guess just as a variable depending on how many chickens you have in your vault. I always pre-farm and have extra 4 or 5-star chickens, and I eat blues and epics sometimes as chickens because I'm endgame. But I guess just let me know down below what you guys, how much it usually takes, how long it takes for you to get champion training done on average. Alright, let's go back here. So once that's done, you're gonna basically do gear enhancement. The silver that you get from Spider, you're gonna use it there. You'll have a little bit of extra time, as you can see right over here. You'll have a little bit on Wednesday, right? This is like this extra little time right here. I'll put an X, right? You have a little bit of extra time to do more champion training in Spider. There's no Dungeon Divers, nothing. But wait a minute, did they just sneak something right here? What is this? What? Oh my god, they dropped another DD. Okay, this is weird. So we have like this 1 day right here. No, go like this, yeah. We have this 1 day right here where you get a little bit you get Spider, champion training, Dungeon Divers, looks like gear enhancement, and a little bit of Fire Knight. This is interesting. I've never seen the graph intersect. We might actually look. I've never done this before. We have two, like two ovals or two squares intersecting here. I've been doing the calendar for almost 3 years, and I don't think I've ever seen this. This is nuts. So this is like number 4 right here, but then you have number 5 also intersecting into number 4 as well, because of how the events of this Fire Knight, Champion Training Spider, and this one little Dungeon Diver sneaking in the bottom right here. I mean, that is pretty good for the players. I will say that's good because it gives you a little bit more time to dip, right? To double dip, triple dip. So that is pretty good. And of course, at the end, we have Champion Chase. So be careful for the Champion Chase. Be careful for the Summon Rush. You're going to need Mystery Shards, right? Mystery Shards for this. Champion Chase, you're probably going to want to save your Fragment Summons or any other champions maybe that you already have saved up, or any like shards that you want to pull that you, because I normally don't like to use. Maybe you want to use your Sacreds and your Mysteries on Summon Rush because it is more points that way and it's more effective, cost, you know, like efficient. And then you might want to save and pull Ancients and Voids maybe on over here, depending on what the events are. We'll have to see what Plarium does. But it's in August, and we know in August that we are gonna get a Karosa / 2x Primal. So I wonder if that's gonna be on the Champion Chase. Will they do it right here? I don't know if Plarium's that nice. I don't know. We don't know. Anyways, that's pretty. And there's a classic arena there and some gear enhancement. That's easy. That's all easy stuff. So you guys already know how to do that. There you go. That's my calendar. I'm gonna save this for myself. Where's the menu? Save as. I'll save that for myself so I can have that, so I know what to do. I can show my peeps. Yeah, it's fine. And there you go. Over here, in terms of shards needed, I would say you're probably gonna need about 2,000 mysteries shards, all the way to probably, last time took me almost 3,500. Yeah, mystery shards. And then you're probably going to need 5 to 8 Sacreds if you're not using probably Mystery Shards potentially. And then time needed, well, time, this seems like it's going to be about a week and a half. If you're lucky, if you do every single event, you might get it a week in like 2 days. But let's just say a week and a half. And shards probably for the Champion Chase, you're probably going to need about 50 to 80 Ancients if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, it's probably going to be more, because it's based, the Champion Chase is based on the rarity, not how much you pull. It's based on what if you get a lot of epics and stuff like that. So hopefully there's a ×2 Ancient Shards or something, or who knows what will come out. But that seems pretty itchy for me. These are the information here. I'm going to start doing this for all the calendars because people were asking why don't you show numbers and like what you require to do these type of stuff. Fire Knight, I might skip it, but Fire Knight takes about the same, about like 18 to 2,200 energy. It depends on the Fire Knight, on your teams, right? I'm end game, so it's going to cost the same amount of energy because I can do anything. But it depends on your account, what you're able to farm and stuff like that. So it might vary based on your raid account. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're going for Kro'khad, the Throatripper, and we'll see you guys in the next one. I'm definitely going for him, and I'm definitely getting his 5-star soul, and maybe a Packmaster +1. I'll see you guys in the next one.